The Seven Dials Mystery, Chapter 11. Dinner with Bill. Bundle set out to keep her appointment with Bill on the following evening full of expectation. Bill greeted her with every sign of elation. Bill really is rather nice, thought Bundle to herself. It's just like a large, clumsy dog that wags its tail when it's pleased to see you. The large dog was uttering short, staccato yelps of comment and information. You look tremendously fit, Bundle. I can't tell you how pleased I am to see you. I've ordered oysters. You do like oysters, don't you? And how's everything? Why did you want to go mouldering about abroad so long? Were you having a very gay time? No, deadly, said Bundle. Perfectly foul. Old diseased colonels creeping about in the sun, and active wizened spinsters running libraries and churches. Give me England, said Bill. I bar this foreign business except Switzerland. Switzerland's all right. I'm thinking of going this Christmas. Why don't you come along? I'll think of it, said Bundle. What have you been doing with yourself lately, Bill? It was an incautious query. Bundle had merely made it out of politeness, and as a preliminary to introducing her own topics of conversation. It was, however, the opening for which Bill had been waiting. That's just what I've been wanting to tell you about, your brainy Bundle, and I want your advice. You know that musical show, Damn Your Eyes, yes? Well, I'm going to tell you about one of the dirtiest pieces of work imaginable. My God, the theatrical crowd. There's a girl, a Yankee girl, a perfect stunner. Bundle's heart sank. The grievances of Bill's lady friends were always interminable. They went on, and there was no stemming them. This girl, Babe St. Moore, her name is... I wonder how she got that name, said Bundle sarcastically. Bill replied literally. She got it out of Who's Who, opened it, and jabbed her finger down on a page without looking. Pretty nifty, eh? Her real name's Goldschmidt, or Abram or something, quite impossible. Quite agreed, Bundle. Well, Babe St. Moore is pretty smart. She's got muscles. She was one of the 8 girls who made the living bridge. Bill, said Bundle desperately. I went to see Jimmy Thesigar yesterday morning. Good old Jimmy, said Bill. Well, as I was telling you, Babes, pretty smart you've got to be nowadays. She can put it over on most theatrical people. If you want to live, be high-handed. That's what Babe says. Mind you, she's the goods all right. She can act. It's marvelous how that girl can act. She'd not much chance in Damn Your Eyes just swamped in a pack of good-looking girls. I said, why not try the legitimate stage, you know, Mrs. Tanqueray, that sort of stuff. But Babe just laughed. Have you seen Jimmy at all? Saw him this morning? Let me see, where was I? Oh, yes, I hadn't got to the rumpus yet. Mind you, it was jealousy. Sheer, spiteful jealousy. The other girl wasn't a patch on Babe for looks, and she knew it. So she went behind her back. Bundle resigned herself to the inevitable and heard the whole story of the unfortunate circumstances which had led up to Babe St. Moore's summary disappearance from the cast of Damn Your Eyes. It took a long time. When Bill finally paused for breath and sympathy, Bundle said, You're quite right, Bill. It's a rotten shame. There must be a lot of jealousy about. The whole theatrical world's rotten with it. It must be. Did Jimmy say anything to you about coming down to the Abbey next week? For the first time, Bill gave his attention to what Bundle was saying. He was full of a long rigmarole he wanted me to stuff Cotters with, about wanting to stand in the conservative interest. But you know, Bundle, it's too damned risky. Stuff, said Bundle. George does find him out. He won't blame you. You'll just have been taken in, that's all. That's not it at all, said Bill. I mean, it's too damned risky for Jimmy, before he knows where he is. He'll be parked down somewhere like Tooting West, pledged to kiss babies and make speeches. You don't know how thorough Cotters is and how frightfully energetic. Well, we'll have to risk that, said Bundle. Jimmy can take care of himself all right. You don't know Cotters? Repeated Bill. Who's coming to this party, Bill? Is it anything very special? Only the usual sort of muck. Mrs. Makata, for one. Yes, you know, always going off the deep end about welfare and pure milk and save the children. Think of poor Jimmy being talked to by her. Never mind, Jimmy. Go on telling me. Then there's a Hungarian, what they call a young Hungarian. Countess something unpronounceable. She's all right. He swallowed, as though embarrassed, and Bundle observed that he was crumbling his bread nervously. Young and beautiful? She inquired delicately. Oh, I didn't know George went in for female beauty much. Oh, he doesn't. She runs baby feeding in Budapest, something like that. Naturally, she and Mrs. Makata want to get together. Who else? Sir Stanley Digby, the Air Minister. Yes. And his secretary, Terence O'Rourke. He's rather a lad by the way, or used to be in his flying days. Then there's a perfectly poisonous German chap called Herr Eberhardt. I don't know who he is, but we're all making the hell of a fuss about him. I've been twice told off to take him out to lunch, and I can tell you, Bundle, it was no joke. He's not like the embassy chaps, who are all very decent. This man sucks in soup and eats peas with a knife. Not only that, but the brute is always biting his fingernails, positively gnaws at them. Pretty foul, isn't it? I believe he invents things, something of the kind. That's all. Oh, yes, Sir Oswald Coote. And Lady Coote. Yes, I believe she's coming too. Bundle sat lost in thought for some minutes. Bill's list was suggestive, but she hadn't time to think out various possibilities just now. She must get on to the next point. Bill, she said, what's all this about 7 Dials? Bill at once looked horribly embarrassed. He blinked and avoided her glance. I don't know what you mean, he said. Nonsense, said Bundle. I was told you know all about it. About what? This was rather a poser. Bundle shifted her ground. I don't see what you want to be so secretive for, she complained. Nothing to be secretive about. Nobody goes there much now. There's only a craze. This sounded puzzling. One gets so out of things when one is away, said Bundle in a sad voice. Oh, you haven't missed much, said Bill. Everyone went there just to say they had been. It was boring, really, and, my God, you can get tired of fried fish. Where did everyone go? To the 7 Dials Club, of course, said Bill, staring. Wasn't that what you were asking about? I didn't know it by that name, said Bundle. Used to be a slummy sort of district roundabout Tottenham Court Roadway. It's all pulled down and cleaned up now. But the 7 Dials Club keeps to the old atmosphere. Fried fish and chips. General squalor. Kind of East End stunt, but awfully handy to get it after a show. It's a nightclub, I suppose, said Bundle. Dancing and all that? That's it. Awfully mixed crowd. Not a posh affair. Artists, and all sorts of odd women, and a sprinkling of our lot. They say quite a lot of things, but I think that's all bunkum myself. Just said to make the place go. Good, said Bundle. We'll go there tonight. Oh, I shouldn't do that, said Bill. His embarrassment had returned. I tell you, it's played out. Nobody goes there now. Well, we're going. You wouldn't care for it, Bundle. You wouldn't really. You're going to take me to the 7 Dials Club and nowhere else, Bill? And I should like to know why you are so unwilling. I unwilling, painfully so? What's the guilty secret? Guilty secret? Don't keep repeating what I say. You do it to give yourself time? I don't, said Bill indignantly. It's only, well, I know there's something. You never can conceal anything. I've got nothing to conceal. It's only, well, it's a long story, you see. I took Babe St. Maur there one night. Oh, Babe St. Maur again. Why not? I didn't know it was about her, said Bundle, stifling a yawn. As I say, I took Babe there. She'd rather fancied a lobster. I had a lobster under my arm. The story went on. When the lobster had been finally dismembered in a struggle between Bill and a fellow who was a rank outsider. Bundle brought her attention back to him. I see, she said. And there was a row. Yes, but it was my lobster. I'd bought it and paid for it. I had a perfect right. Oh, you had, said Bundle hastily. But I'm sure that's all forgotten now. I don't care for lobsters anyway, so let's go. We may be raided by the police. There's a room upstairs where they play baccarat. Father will have to come out and bail me out, that's all. Come on, Bill. Bill still seemed rather reluctant, but Bundle was adamant, and they were soon speeding to their destination in a taxi. The place, when they got to it, was much as she imagined it would be. It was a tall house in a narrow street, 14 Hunstanton Street. She noted the number. A man whose face was strangely familiar opened the door. She thought he started slightly when he saw her, but he greeted Bill with respectful recognition. He was a tall man, with fair hair, a rather weak, anemic face, and slightly shifty eyes. Bundle puzzled to herself where she could have seen him before. Bill had recovered his equilibrium now, and quite enjoyed doing showman. He danced in the cellar, which was very full of smoke, so much so that you saw everyone through a blue haze. The smell of fried fish was almost overpowering. On the wall were rough charcoal sketches, some of them executed with real talent. The company was extremely mixed. There were portly foreigners, opulent Jewesses, a sprinkling of the really smart, and several ladies belonging to the oldest profession in the world. Soon, Bill led Bundle upstairs. There the weak-faced man was on guard, watching all those admitted to the gambling room with a lynx eye. Suddenly recognition came to Bundle. "Of course," she said. "How stupid of me. It's Alfred, who used to be second footman at Chimneys." "How are you, Alfred?" "Nicely, thank you, your ladyship." "When did you leave Chimneys, Alfred?" "Was it long before we got back?" "It was about a month ago, m'lady. I got a chance of bettering myself, and it seemed a pity not to take it." "I suppose they pay you very well here," remarked Bundle. "Very fair, m'lady." Bundle passed in. It seemed to her that in this room the real life of the club was exposed. The stakes were high, she saw that at once. And the people gathered round the two tables were of the true type, hawk-eyed, haggard, with the gambling fever in their blood.
Oh.
She and Bill stayed there for about half an hour. Then Bill grew restive. "Let's get out of this place, Bundle, and go on dancing," Bundle agreed. There was nothing to be seen here. They went down again. They danced for another half hour, had fish and chips, and then Bundle declared herself ready to go home. "But it's so early," Bill protested. "No, it isn't. Not really. And anyway, I've got a long day in front of me tomorrow." "What are you going to do?" "That depends," said Bundle mysteriously. "But I can tell you this, Bill. The grass is not going to grow under my feet." "It never does," said Mr. Eversley.